Hello, Twitch chat and YouTube. It's 3 a.m. PO time. What we have in front of us is one of the decks that I'm trying out for Eternal Weekend. It's a PO deck that's built to play against the current league metagame. The current league metagame is full of mono white and grade white, and other random creature decks, Bant Archon, Bug. I expect to see those kind of decks appear more often at the Eternal Weekend, just because people like to pick up those kind of decks for Eternal Weekend. So this is more of a PO shell that is going to be able to play against creatures. That might not fit tonight's metagame, but I don't think it matters too much. I just want to proof of concept it. You'll see we are on a 3 dress down plan, but I'm also splashing off 1 Tundra for a Mentor. Mentor is like really good at beating nonsense. So you just play a Mentor, make a bunch of things, and most decks can't beat it. And I'm splashing a Balance with the board because Balance is pretty much like the best white card, second best white card to splash, especially in a metagame where there are a bunch of creatures. And then still playing a Deluge and multiple pushes. The question mark for me in my current build is, are we still supposed to be playing a Karn? And the answer was, well, I feel like it's pretty good in all the Tinker mirrors, so that's like a one-sided no rod, so we might as well play it. If we're going to play it, do we want to play it in the main or the side? We could play it in the side, but then you probably don't want to play it lattice. You want to play just as a sideboard no rod. But I always found that just playing it as a sideboard no rod is not always the best. So I don't really like that very much. Like, I would rather like play it in the main and have a lattice, because now I have a lattice. Well, now this card is like a legitimate threat to win the game by itself, which is nice. So you're not seeing anything else that's crazy. This is like a pretty standard build for me, besides just whatever. No, I'm playing 1 Tundra in this build. I have a 2019 Esper PO build which has prismatic endings. But this one is truly, I am just splashing the 2 best white cards, Mentor and Balance. I don't want to I want to have 3 islands in this deck if I can. I have a build that plays 2 islands, 2 Tundras, and then a bunch of white cards. But that's not the one we're trying tonight. So it's 3 a.m., so you know what that means. Round 1 versus Discover End. Ready, set, go. I have a classic PO hand containing absolutely 0 Moxen. Because why would you have Moxen in your PO deck? But if we're up against Doomsday, we do have Probe, Misstep, Fluster, which I like. So it's not a snap keep, but it's not something I'm happy about. Also, it looks like Discover End might be playing Jeskai. This hand's also fine against Jeskai, but upkeep Ancestral because it's Discover End, but I'm going to match it with my Mental Misstep because I'm me. And I got dazed. So there was never a chance. There was never a chance. All right, we need to see some Moxen. Citadel is pretty much one of the worst draws in our deck. My opponent has a bunch of land drops, a Mystical, Swords, Cruise, Walk, which is not a lot going for them. We should be able to jam I was gonna say we should be able to jam a Tinker and win, but we have a fucking Citadel in our hands, so we can probably find an Ancestral of our own at some point, maybe. Maybe we just do it now. It's not the strongest play, but we could just go Academy, Mystical, Ancestral, draw, cast Ancestral. You lose out on some amount of value, but you make sure everything resolves. Like, I would normally just go for Tinkering, but I can't Tinker because I have Citadel. I could go for Demonic, but I think it's just too slow. Let's just go get our Ancestral and resolve our Ancestral. It's a little bit worse than their Ancestral because I had a Mystical for it, but now I have Brainstorm, which is interesting. I don't feel like my opponent's Ancestral was particularly good here, but drawing Ponder off the top is pretty decent. Pretty decent. Okay, they chose to shuffle their library. So they basically have a random card plus these 7, which is good for me. But they are working closer to Cruise. Predictably, Swords is gone. So we should draw Mentor now. Just down. I think I'm just gonna... take my free mana, even though I lose out on my black source. This Yoggle should be really good when we resolve it. I think we just win, right? Not right away, maybe. We are gonna probably overpower our opponent if I would think about it. So I have 4 mana. I can go Demonic, Lotus. Sorry, it's 3 AM and I'm blanking just a wee bit here. UC, Crypt, Demonic. I mean, this has got to be good enough. Yeah, Lotus. The thing is, I've just played so much PO in my life that anything I do is just heuristics and muscle memory. So I can 3 AM this, no problem. Though 3 AM this and talk about it is like a little harder, to say the least. But so I could theoretically go just straight for Tinker right now. Can just go Demonic, Lotus, Tinker. That does not, like, this whole time I've been able to play with Flusterstorm up. I don't know if it matters. Like, my opponent could theoretically have pondered into a Force. I guess I could maybe just go Mystical Probe Tinker, which is going to be 1 less mana. Mystical Probe Tinker, and that holds up Fluster. Mystical Tinker, Probe, and their card was not a Force. No, the card was exactly Force. I'm fucking a god. Their card they randomly drew was exactly Force of Will off of the Ponder. I'm fucking a genius. And also, Discover End's fucking broken. Like, what? They Ponder shuffled into exactly Force? Come on. I feel really good about life, though. PO is such a great deck. Would play again. Okay, so my opponent is playing Jeskai, and we don't have our best tool. PO's best tool against Jeskai is Urza Saga. Now that I say that out loud, maybe I should just be playing some Urza Sagas in my sideboard. Why have I never thought of that? Just as an anti-Jeskai card. Why does it take a 3 a.m. relevation for this? I'm a fucking idiot. How have I just not even considered that we could play a real PO deck and sideboard Saga for the matchups where it's good? Oh, man. Crazy. I'm shook right now. Maybe this is too many Fluster Storms. Maybe it's not. I would rather have exact Fatal Push answers to Jeskai's permanents than to have Dress Down answers to Jeskai. Mostly because like an Arcanist Snowball or a Mentor Snowball or like a Lavinia, or I would rather have the permanent answers for. And then I still like just to like empty your hand plus balance or kill off their creatures. And I think Soulguide Lantern is pretty good against Jeskai. And then I think Flusterstorm to help push my things through Pyroblast. Does PO usually roll Urzas? No, I think Urza sucks. Sand Sweep. I don't know. It just occurred to me. Like, clearly Saga is good against Jeskai. Why don't I just sideboard it? The classic Sapphire draw. One of the stronger Jeskai hands, being able to cast Ponder or Brainstorm before activating your fetch on turn 1. Any Ancestrals on my upkeep? Not this time. Alright, so we'll play our Pearl out to play around Daze and to play around a Lavinia. Pass the turn holding up Fluster Brainstorm. Though this does obviously play into Dak, but I have forced it Fluster, so we can play against Dak okay. Best option is opponent does, well, I don't even know if that's best option. One option, opponent does nothing, cast end of turn Brainstorm, try to find the requisites needed to play Tinker or PO. If we can Brainstorm into like fetch Mox, then I can look for like end of turn Brainstorm, end of turn Brainstorm, end of turn PO, end of turn PO, end of turn PO. This is gonna be an Arcanist, leaving open Fluster. Sure. Brainstorm. Come on, look at show me. Oh, yes. Yes. I just need another Moxen. so close. It's gonna be too slow against this Arcanist, maybe. I might just go for. The problem is double force. Is double force gonna be beating just one Fluster? I needed this to be a real Moxen. I think I jam, and if they have Fluster, I double force and see what happens and maybe lose. Man, I'm so jealous of my opponent for having a Sapphire. It's almost assuredly Fluster. I have to dedicate 5 cards to beat Fluster here. But the problem is, it just doesn't really get better for me. My opponent flashes back a Ponder, they leave open Blast. Maybe I don't even draw a mana source. Let's hope I don't get dazed, I guess. I also don't have a land drop to give. Alright. So my opponent had Dazed Fluster, which beats my double force. I was going to draw a Time Walk, fetch. Would have been good. Yeah, unfortunately, my opponent is discovering, so this Daze, which most players would board out against PO, has been quite good. Wow, what a terrible hand. What are these fucking hands? Yeah, unfortunately, like, you never want to see your round matchup as a PO player is Discover N on Jeskai. Can I Mind Break Trap this? Interesting. Remember how last game I had no Moxen? And now I have 5 Moxen. That's exactly what I wanted. Probably the other way around, but I can spin it again later. I could like play around Mind Break Trap off this Opal, which I think my opponent has a Mind Break Trap the way they're pausing. But that plays into Lavinia, so I guess nothing I do beats Lavinia, so maybe I should play around Mind Break Trap. Another Opal, another Ruby hand from my opponent. I'm just going to switch around these cards. I don't really want a Lantern, I think. I would rather have just a fetch land. I'm just going to draw and then F6 and go to my opponent's turn and look for a better window. Unfortunately, this is just like a futile effort where I mull to 5 with no action and have to just continually put spells onto the stack and hope one of them resolves, which is just not how it works. And this is why traditional PO is bad against Jeskai. So maybe the answer really is Sideboard Saga. I don't know why, it just occurred to me. That's a good one too. Whoops. My opponent just master of the Moxen. Yeah. No, your deck is just shit if you play main deck Saga. Also, Jeskai is not a very good deck, so doesn't. Oh, my opponent found Pyro often. Discover End is so fucking frustrating to play against, man. Holy shit. They're so fucking frustrating to play against because they only have the best possibles. We're very dead here. I have to find Mentor, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna fetch and try to find Mentor because Tinker's not good enough. They're so good, man. So fucking good this game. Dress Down would be good against a Hull Breacher, but not against a Narset here. It's just a fucking nightmare. It's just an absolute nightmare. Citadel's a good one, but I only have 5 mana. Fucking so tilting. This Jeskai deck is kind of exactly why a traditional PO deck was never really the best deck ever in Vintage. It was never the best deck because it could always just be beat by this every time. You just play 4 Fluster, 4 Pyroblast, and your PO deck has a really hard time. You like are entirely reliant on Mentor. Why does it feel like my opponent is playing PO? They almost have their four pieces of jewelry here. Let's cycle this Dress Down, get a little bit deeper, do a spin. I have no idea how I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna cycle. Okay, I mean we're at the point in the game where they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna Dress Down. I'm gonna Pyroblast your Dress Down. That's just cycles because that's how far ahead I am. So I can PO to make 0 mana. Perfect. Soul Guide, Lantern, Paradoxical Outcome. The problem is this Flusterstorm's not even helpful anymore because my opponent has more mana than I do. Though there was a build I tried with 1 main deck Saga so that you could vamp and demonic for it against exactly this situation. So maybe that's the answer. It just was never good when I tested it. But maybe it would be good. Yeah, I mean Narset's a fucked up magic card for sure. Yeah, Rich is still on protest leave, I guess. All right, I don't know what Discover ends up to besides kicking my ass. So how do I fit Sideboard Saga? The answer is probably I just don't play Karn. Because then I can just do boom, 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 boom. Saga as a 14th in the main with 2 in the board. Like that. Maybe we're not in too many dress down at that point. Possibly. Kind of looks sick. Oh, discover and lost connection to the game. That makes sense. Did I know? Oh, I guess I knew there was a lantern. No, I didn't know there was a lantern until now. Lantern's nice because I can cycle it like dress down, but my opponent missed a land drop last turn and the turn before that, which means my opponent probably has like 6 pieces of counter magic in their hand. Who needs fetch lands or preordains? Nah, we just have the Black Lotus to cast the Treasure Cruise. I feel like Discovery should stop playing Doomsday and just play some Jeskai. What exactly makes you think? Why do I have to keep reiterating this? I say it every stream. I don't think Saga is good in PO because I think it makes your PO deck worse against all the decks you're going to play against that are not Jeskai. It makes you susceptible to Wasteland. It makes you susceptible to Vigor in a very bad way. It makes you worse against Collector Roof. It makes your deck a worse Citadel deck. It makes your deck more clunky. It has worse draws. It doesn't make blue mana. Like, why do I have to keep repeating this? You've been in the stream before. You know why I think this. I guess the slight upside of my opponent cracking Black Lotus is that I have a more live Flusterstorm. This Saga doesn't really accentuate your PO game plan. It provides you with an alternative game plan, and that alternative game plan is exactly good against Flusterstorm Pyroblast decks, which is one of your weaknesses, but isn't good against the rest of the field. And I don't like it against the rest of the field, and it makes your deck worse against the rest of the field. So that's why the idea in my mind of sideboard Saga kind of makes a lot of sense. My opponent has disconnected. I mean, we're playing to our outs here, and our outs are Discover and disconnects and has to go to work or something. I feel like that's our out, right? It's 3 p.m. on a Sunday, and Discover and gets called into work over in Japan, and decides that we're not worth playing against. I feel like that is our out for this game. I feel like 3 dress down if I'm going to have a Saga sideboard plan is like a little, probably too much. I guess it just becomes like preordains or more repeals. Yes. It's because dress down is specifically an answer for Saga. But you just don't bring in dress down against. I've already talked about. We're not keeping dress down in against Jeskai, or we don't want to keep in Jeskai trading against Jeskai. So, like, it's okay. You can have these kind of moving pieces in sideboard answers, especially when they're like one ofs. I could just play this in the side if I wanted to, but I think maybe if there's going to be more Jeskai than I thought, then maybe having it in the main is nice, because going for end step Vamp for Saga, your Vamp is unlikely to get countered, and then you can just get a Saga, and my Jeskai opponent can't beat a Saga, because Jeskai just doesn't play enough things to beat the right cards, right? I don't really want to play this one preordain though. Maybe I can just make it a Night's Whisper. I don't really want to play a Night's Whisper either though. Maybe it's just supposed to be the one of Whisper. I hate Preordain and PO. I think it's just garbage. So I'll play a Whisper. All right, we're back. Are we back? I can't really complain, right? I've took up as much time as my opponent has after they've TC'd for like 6 minutes. So no, I mean our opponent has disconnected like 3 times. But again, it's probably what we need to be able to win this game. Oh wow, Monkey not too good against top. Actually, Monkey I'm not gonna lie to you, Monkey's really good for us here. I like how we were 1 turn away from drawing Soul Guide Lantern against this Treasure Cruise. Oh my god, it's so good. There's no bad cards in Jeskai. If you just never draw Preordain and you only draw power, I don't know. Jeskai seems like a pretty good deck to me. So should I let them hit and draw this paradoxical outcome, or is that too dangerous? If my opponent hits PO here, aren't they not the better PO deck? I think the PO is really good for them here. Shit, man. I don't think I'm allowed to let them take this PO. Holy. I think that would be bad for me. The problem is, even if I resolve, like, okay. The problem is they just have 7 counter spells in their hand, right? Like, there's just no way to resolve anything. Ambush Viper. No shot. Actually, a big problem with getting our top countered, so maybe this play was even worse than I thought it was. Ooh, wait for it. The value. Don't call it a comeback. Again, the problem is my opponent drew every piece of jewelry, so I have to keep spinning this PO away from them because if they PO, it's so bad for me. I always said that I thought that Jeskai should play exactly one paradoxical outcome, and then they would play a paradoxical outcome if if PO was ever restricted. I feel like a lot more decks would play one PO. I think you can get away with one PO in a lot of decks, and decks just choose not to, which I kind of don't like very much because you have Merchant Scroll. But yeah, this is a perfect example of why the Jeskai matchup is really horrendous, and that Saga should help. I'm down. I'm down. We'll just have sideboard Saga for Jeskai. It's Discover, and you expect anything left? Do you know how many Preordains my opponent cast this game before this? They cast one Preordain. The rest of their cards were all power. Only restricted cards. It's not true, obviously, but makes me feel better. Discoverin has disconnected again. Fair. Fair. Jace Vern's Prodigy. Jeez. This is where we're at in life. I know Discoverin likes little baby, little flip Jace here, but that seems like a stretch, man. It just looks so bad. All right. I mean, I should probably hit their yard with this stupid Soul Guide Lantern, but I really want to draw through my cards. I just, like, I wanted to keep that land, but I couldn't give them PO, and Citadel is my main plan to win. I can't really, like, take Citadel because I guess I have to. I guess I could just take the PO. The problem is I don't really want this to be Merfolk Looter either. I guess I could technically PO and replay my Lantern and just hit their Time Walk or their Cruise. Why? I just can't, man. I just need a little bit of help here. I'm not getting a little bit of help here. At no point was a little bit of help given. I kind of think I should want this to flip. And then when they target something, I hit with the Lantern. I guess I should just be happy that they haven't cast any mystical sanctuaries yet, right? No graveyard for you. Sorry, friend. And it's unfortunate, I know, but can I have this paltry this paltry mana? We know there's a top on top, right? Mana Vault. All right, chat. Who's ready? There's no way they have a single other counterspell in their hand. There's no way we get dazed here. There's just no way. Actually, what happens? I play Mox, I play set. Yeah, I mean, fuck it, YOLO. I hate this game so much. I shouldn't have woke up for this. Big mistake. Just casually play against Discover and on Not Doomsday in round 1. Here we go, round 2. Vintage challenge. I have a classic Tinker Citadel hand, but it's a keeper, so. Ooh, don't get him to Turok there, senpai. I don't know, man. I feel like they need to ban Allosaurus Rider in Legacy. That card looks pretty broken. Am I just getting Tinker blanked out here? I'm just getting Tinkered here. Oh, no. I am just the subpar Tinker player. Unfortunate life. Unfortunate life. 3 a.m. was a mistake. All right, I need to draw Black Lotus, I guess. And something. I guess we can just like PR our way out of this, maybe. Like, assuming they have a land on top and not a counter spell, then like we do have outs for this. I mean, if they have a counter spell, they're just gonna snap off this, and I'm gonna lose. But it feels like they do have a counter spell. They have a negation in their Tinker deck. That was in their hand. All right. Well, guess we lose. I am just not a powerful enough wizard tonight to play some vintage. My opponents have been murdering me. Murder. Do they just hit land because they're playing a Saga deck? That would be pretty funny. If they hit land because they're a Saga Tinker deck, it's pretty funny. I really don't like this deck. I'm sure they'll just find the top, right? No. Delver, no. Delver has been the best deck in the format for like 10 years, not 3 years. All right, so my opponent looks like they bricked out here. So I, again, get to continue play Magic. We're getting pretty close to this Citadel. So if I go, I am at what? I'm at 5 mana. So if I were to go repeal Mana Crypt, replay Mana Crypt, I'm so close. Because I can transfer this into black mana, but I can't get there. So I have to repeal my Mana Crypt and hope to draw an opal or a land, maybe. Okay, so now I go Mana Crypts. The only unfortunate part about this is I don't have a land drop to give, and I don't have I actually think I would rather keep this Mana Crypt around than this Jet. For PO reasons. Yeah, the only thing is I don't have a blue mana, so I can't play Fluster back up. Well, no, I need to keep the Jet around in case my Tinker gets countered. But then I want to keep my... Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this Pearl. The only thing in my deck is a Mentor, right? So I don't need a Mentor in this game. So see if their top card was a Force of Will, a Fluster, or was it a second land? It was a Fluster off the top, okay? So I'm still live here if they brick again, because I have stuff, but this is 6 and I can't pay for this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, my opponent wasn't land brick. It was in fact a land Fluster. But I mean, I'm still like a fetcher, an opal away from a Citadel on my next turn. Okay, they have a Hull Breacher off the top now. That does make things more difficult. God, I really think this is just a weird deck. Plays like a bunch of nonsense like Hull Breacher and Negation and Saga. Ancestral's a good one. All right, so we lived a couple turns through a Citadel, but wasn't good enough. Our opponent's deck wasn't bad enough with Citadel in play. It was no Thoughtcast, let's put it that way. All right, so game 2, we're going to board in. We're going to keep in all of our dress downs. We can board out 1 Hercules Recall. We can board in 1 Flusterstorm. We can board in Balance on the play. Don't mind that. And then I think everything else is kind of garbage. Like you can technically bring in Needle, but I really just dislike that. I've never been a fan of that. I think I'm just gonna get rid of the extra island and the Hercules and bring in Fluster Balance. Like I believe I should be pretty favored in this mirror, pseudo mirror. I guess maybe not with 4 Hull Breachers, so maybe I'm supposed to bring in some more Fatal Pushes for Hull Breacher. I really hate that, but maybe I'm supposed to. Oh, no, I guess we're not. Yeah, I probably should have played a Fatal Push instead of a Repeal. Why did I draw Citadel in every single draw step? I guess it's fine here because I have a Brainstorm, but... Am I just supposed to go like Island Brainstorm here? I think I am. Good call, good call. So let's get rid of Citadel Dress Down. Or do I want to get rid of Citadel Merchant Scroll? The problem is maybe I just keep the Citadel and go Lotus and just get rid of both of my blue cards. That way I can't get flustered and they have to have one of their 5 forces. Might even be better. That actually might even be better. The main form of interaction from my opponent's deck is Fluster. But I guess they can also have, they also have a 5 forces. So I don't know if it's the main form, but it's like the one of the non. Kind of want to just like vamp and see a Fluster on top after I vamp for a Lotus as well. Merchant Scroll. Is that going to be for force? It's pretty unfortunate. Yeah. It's really unfortunate. It's like a pretty reasonable balance, but loses pretty hard to a Saga token. Could just get PO. PO is like the most expendable card, but still high upside. And then I can still look for... The problem with PO is if I spin and one of my 2 cards is one of my 4 Flusters, then I'm really sad. Which is why like getting Lotus is like the highest upside play. Like Lotus, like Balance, Mentor, Karn are all super good. I just need to get through a force. And my hand wasn't really set up to get through a force. I guess I had a Merchant Scroll, so I could have saved the Merchant Scroll. And maybe I could have just respun my top, drawn Merchant Scroll for Fluster, and then gone for a Vamp for their next turn. Maybe that was a better line. That was probably a better line. Just play to my best play and just look for a Fluster underneath this. Found a PO. That's not bad. Yo, thanks, Broccoli. All right, Force Twister, go. And then I'll just pass, and then we'll see what they do, and then we'll untap and go Lotus Citadel. They're gonna Vamp. Upkeep Vamp for Ancestral then? No? Okay, not Upkeep Vamping. I mean, it's pretty good if they just play a Hull Breacher, I guess. They have a Tinker again? What is that? They have a Tinker again! Why tutor for Tinker when you can just have a Tinker? They use their land drop though, so we have a chance again. Maybe they'll top deck a Saga and be stuck. Sphinx is not a card you keep in this matchup. Top, they're already down to 6, so maybe we have a chance. Yeah, this card should not be in your deck post board. Unfortunately, they did still hit a top as their 3rd card, so it's still going to be tough for us. As long as they didn't hit a force in their top like 4 cards, that's our only saving grace here. I have no, I don't know. It's tough to win a Tinker Mirror when your opponent's the one resolving Tinkers, for sure. All right, this resolved. So what we have to be careful about here is like, I think there might be a Hull Breacher on the top of this player's library. Can we really play around that in any meaningful capacity though? Probably not. We're probably just supposed to draw through everything and just hope it all works out. They have a misstep for this? Shite. Okay. It's a good one. Dress down Karn Force. These were really not great cards. I would have been okay with like a Karn on top, but I guess I should just take Force. I guess I theoretically can cast this dress down at some point and draw through with another card, I guess. I just need to get to 10 permanents, so dress down probably. Drew into Fluster. Now I'm showing how bad my deck is at using this. This misstep on top is just so brutal. All right, play this land, fetch. I don't think I'm supposed to keep Fluster on top. Like, if I get to 10 permanents, I win the game, so. Tundra. Fuck me. I think I'm supposed to keep drawing through. I don't think the lifelink I guess the lifelink could matter on casting spells, so maybe I'll just go to end step and cast this. Man, the fact that my Citadel failed as well is like uber tilting when my opponent went Sphinx Time Vault top, but the mental misstep was brutal, yeah. Okay. I assume my Narset will die. I don't know. Maybe they'll attack me and go for 10 permanents. I'm not sure what their plan is going to be here. They went to 1 life to play a Soul Ring. They're not really close, to be honest. I guess they could just play a DAC or something. They can spin though and draw into something. They can't draw into something actually anymore because of Narset, unless they kill Narset. They have a dig through time. It's pretty bad for me. I feel like this is just going to hit Manifold Key and I'm going to lose, right? I don't know. I feel like not the best night for me. Oh well. I like the way I played this game though. Maybe I don't like the way I play this game. Oh no, I didn't like the way this went. I kind of wanted to keep the Merchant Scroll and for Fluster, so maybe I don't like the way I played this game. But then they would have still resolved a Tinker. They need 3 more permanents. They found a Time Walk? Go to 1. They lifelink. The problem is, unless my top card is Fluster, then I can't even force, right? No, I can force. Alright, draw through that, draw through that. I have 2 looks here for Flusters. Nope. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just don't feel like I have remotely the cards I needed to win this game. Now I'm just dead to Sphinx Time Walk, Sphinx attack, but yeah, whatever, man. I don't know. I didn't think I would lose after I resolved. What are you showing me? You're showing me that you tapped out of colored mana and can't play Flusterstorm? Like, sure, dude. I don't know. Getting my top misstepped here was the roughness. I don't think I was supposed to play it differently, though. I could have played my fetch land instead of using my top. And that would have given me more looks, I guess. But I'm not really sure that's correct. Pretty sure I just got... Losing a Tinker Mirror to a Sphinx attack is something. Okay, round 3, Vintage Challenge. We're going to try to just run it all the way through and just... how many players? 45? Yeah, let's just go for the 4-2. Looks like we might be getting against 8 cast here. This hand's reasonable. Keep. And by reasonable, I mean I'm casting turn 1 Tinker and hoping it resolves. My opponent mulled a 5. That's good. So trying to figure out the best Tinker plan here. Is it Lotus, Land, Soul Ring, Opal? Yeah, probably. Lotus, Land, Soul Ring. I have a misstep to back this up. Misstep, Soul Ring, Opal, Lotus, Mystical, Tinker, Blue. Okay, cool. Hashtag Tinker things. Don't really know what my opponent's playing, but I'm just going to put them on 8 cast, and we're going to board out Island, Fluster, and I'm going to bring in... am I going to bring in something? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just going to bring in, I don't know, Hercules for Island. I feel like none of these things matter. I guess I can bring some Needles. Needles seem okay. Needle for Island Fluster. That seems fine. I don't really think that like Balance is good versus them. I don't really feel like Flusterstorm is good versus them. I don't feel like or Wrath is good versus them. I do want to have a Hercules. Another one. I don't know. 2 pair. It's a pretty good hand. What were our losses? Discover and on Jeskai and Grixis Tinker Saga. Just getting tinkered twice. So it is 8 cast. Now my opponent's on the play with a 7-card hand, so it could be a pretty challenging game. Yeah, like it's really rough for me to be like forcing a thought cast here. Ugh. But it's just not good. It's gonna be a tough game if we can pull it out at all. Looks like they're gonna cast a thought monitor. I will force that, I think. Oh, they cast a Tinker. Oh, I'll force it. You have a force? They have to have exactly blue card force. It's pretty unlikely. It actually went really well for me. Kind of nice. And I just... Unfortunately, I need to find a Tinker plan, and I need to find a mana, so... I think I'm actually going to cast Ponder. Try to find an Opal. And then I'll just go for... if I don't think they have Fluster, I'll just go Vamp. Saga is bad. I mean, it's not tapping for blue mana. It looks worse than Seed of the Sign out here, for sure. Yeah, like Saga is gonna lose them this game because they can't play Flusterstorm. I don't know, man. Saga sucks. Fuck that card. I'm over it. I'm done pretending. I'm done pretending. Fuck Saga. Get it out of here. It's garbage. I'm the Tinker player. All right, here we go. We found the Zoomer. Slasher on 8 cast in round 4 of this challenge in the 1-2 brackets. Let's begin. I've drawn a Citadel for the 8th time tonight. But I have a Brainstorm, so... Brainstorm, I've dressed down for Saga, dressed down for Thought Monitor, dressed down... so it's not too bad. Emerald, yes, yes. Key, yep. Opal. Ruby. Seat. Pass. Holds up Flusterstorm. How do you feel about Brainstorm? They actually have 2 Flusterstorms with Key. It's possible I was supposed to play my Brainstorm earlier. Mentor. So we'll just do this, untap, draw, crack, Tundra, probe, show me your secrets. Okay, the game is over, I think. Lotus, mentor, pass, draw. If they go Urza, I will force it. If they go Thought Monitor, I will just play Dress Down. I guess I could do either. But... Lotus. Okay. Time to make a Windrake. I fucking love doing this. Slasher's funny guy. Decent draw. Man, it's been a while since I played with Mentor. Misstep. Academy. I drew a lot of forces this game. It's actually been pretty good. Hobble. Sure. You now know I'm drawing a Sensei's top. Kind of want to find like another blue card or a Moxen. Blue card, sure. I love Dress Down. Just a beautiful Magic card. Imagine they have Tinker with Fluster back up here, and I just double force them. All right. Dress Down, very nice. Mentor, very nice. Against 8 cast, what did we do last time? We brought in Needles for Island Fluster. Seems reasonable. Okay, now we've got a nice Tinker hand. I like to keep. Yeah. It's a good hand. Buckcast. Yeah. Talarian. That's a slasher. I have a misstep for that one. Do you have a Fluster? No Fluster. Looks at a random card, sees Gataxian Probe, passes the turn. I'm just looking for like a Mox probably. Take a look at their hand. Survey says Force of Will and nothing. So I think I'm interested in what am I interested in? I'm definitely interested in Needling Saga here. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to brainstorm. I don't have to do that now. I guess I can do that later. They have about infinite mana here. I think I will go for a brainstorm, seeing as this Fluster is just going to get pitched anyways. Oh, we're fucking locked. That's really bad. Now my opponent is going to find they're gonna find a top. I mean, Narset's really good, but I need to find another mana first. This might end up being a hard match now because we just missed on this brainstorm. I do think that if we ever hit, we'll be fine, but this is definitely gonna get them a top. Just gonna make my life a lot more difficult because they'll actually be top decking well. What would we draw? Urza maybe? Karn, well, I have to force that. They're gonna force back. Oh, they have dispute. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to force it. I can't fluster it. God, they have a fluster too? Okay, they did it wrong though, because now I can fluster dispute. Or maybe they can't actually do this correctly. I don't know if you can do it correctly. They have to find a second fluster here. But I guess they can find a blue card and then force. I guess that would work. Shit. Oh. So I only have to do 1 on this, right? No, I need to do 3 on that. 1, 2, 3, and then I can do. I have an additional 4 copies. Doesn't get me there. Oh, it does get me there. 1, 2, 3. Oh fuck! I don't have 4 copies. I have 3 copies. I needed. I think if they draw a blue card, I lose this. I think I was 1 copy short to hitting, because I needed to hit this with 3 copies, and I needed to hit 5 of these out of this. No, I needed to hit 4 of these, but I could only hit 3 of these. Yeah. So as long as Slasher recognizes they can blue card, draw, and then just force my force, they are going to be fine. And I'm going to probably lose to this Karn top deck, which is pretty good mirror breaker for sure. I just brainstormed and hit no mana source, so. But if my opponent had like force fluster, then it would have been pretty hard to win anyways. Force fluster dispute. So it would have been pretty sad to like, I don't know, I had like double force backup, right? So if I just found 1 mana source, I would have had force double. I might have still lost it to fluster actually. Kind of rough because like what, I probed them and they had actually 0 cards that mattered, right? I remember, or yeah, I think I probed them and they were dead, and then they just found mystical fluster force off the top. I guess it's pretty good. So mystical. I could still top deck Academy, I guess. That's true. Okay, so that ended up with me countering Karn. So now I just need to draw a mana source. Beautiful. Am I supposed to name top? I don't think so. In case I draw top. Those are interesting. I really didn't think this game was going to be very close, but it ended up being down to 1 stack. Hey, Slasher, did you spin? No blue cards in the top 3. Okay. I was about to say, I couldn't really tell what was going on, but I assumed you spun to find a blue card to just force my force. I mean, you did draw like Force, Fluster, Dispute, right? That was pretty brutal because my Brainstorm missed on a mana source because I had Tinker double Force. I just couldn't find a mana source. So it was pretty rough. It was a weird game because of that. I'm glad I got revenge on the Windrake, though. That was nice. Okay, here we go. Round 5, Vintage Challenge, 506. Let's begin. Yep. I'm going to jam my Ancestral on my turn. Upsides there. Unlucky. Maybe I could have baited it with a Mana Vault, but that would have also turned off my PO, so... Basically looking for my opponent to maybe tap out a Fluster mana and then us to find a Moxen. Actually, they don't even have to tap out a Fluster mana. I just need to find a Moxen and go to my opponent's upkeep. Oh my god, I'm getting Prismatic Ended on my Mana Vault. Really frustrating, but I guess this is happening, yeah. Well, this is a pretty rough start for what I thought was a really good hand. No follow-up play. I'm going to cycle a Dress Down. Also, if I hit like double Mana Source, I can PO. Pick up my Dress Down. Did not hit double Mana Source. But my opponent like plays a Lavinia now. Okay, so Esper Saga maybe. I definitely wish I'd kept my Dress Down for this Urza Saga. But I felt like I was playing against Jeskai and I wanted to use my mana efficiently. Wow, these draws are so bad. This has gone very poorly. I could have played this game a lot differently though. I could have gone Sapphire, Mana Vault, Land, Go. Upkeep, Ancestral. Maybe I would have gotten my Mana Vault misstepped. Could have held my Dress Down for a Saga, but I just really didn't think they were on Saga. Jeez. This looks pretty unwinnable now. This is pretty sad. Wonder what they're gonna get with this Saga. Maybe a Lotus. Maybe a Ruby. I wish I had my Dress Down back. Maybe I'll draw another one. Sapphire. Are they like blue? They drew a Jet naturally. Top. I guess. Man, I don't know. This game got out of hand really quickly, and they didn't really even do anything. I just wasted my Dress Down, which was a perfect answer for this, and I just drew bad cards. The whole Prismatic ending my Mana Vault ended up really good for them because I couldn't PO. Well, that's all I really wanted to do was PO. Maybe I was supposed to force the Prismatic ending. Now they're holding up Fluster, which is like a nightmare scenario. This is just a cycle on my PO, so I don't think they'll counter it, but maybe they will. I just need to find cards that do something. Another Dress Down would be good. I guess that technically is a Dress Down. The problem is if I have 0 fetch lands. All of these were natural draws. So even if I like dress down, fluster their fluster, or if I Yawg wills fluster their fluster, I can't actually play Ancestral or dress down. That's hilarious because I just had 0 fetch lands this game. No, I got my fetch land. I also got Snapcaster Mage. I mean, I can snap Ancestral, but again, it's going to get flustered and I'm going to lose. And if I don't do anything, I probably will die. This is so bad. I feel like I've drawn just absolute terribly. I kind of need to draw a Lotus. That's a pretty good one. That's like a really good one. That's a rebuy. Gives me options. Especially if I can bait a fluster here, because now I can fluster and then I can go for Ancestral. I like that draw. I'm really just pretty sad about the dress down that I cycled. That could have just easily answered these Saga tokens. But I just didn't really think my opponent was on it. I guess it says they were on PO 15 days ago, so I should have just looked at that. All right, so I'm in a good spot here. If I could hit a mana source, like a Moxen, not an Opal, like a non-Opal Moxen would be a great draw. A land is not bad because I technically can go like Yawg dress down. Maybe I have to. I don't know if I'm supposed to go Yawg Ancestral and risk it for the biscuit. I mean, do you not think we're going to win this game if I just dress down? I feel like we... Not in a great spot, but we might be in a winnable spot. I'm not sure what the answer is. Like, all I need to hit off Ancestral is any Mox that's not an Opal, which I guess is still an ask. My opponent drew blind. I don't know, chat. What do you think? I can dress down or I can cast Ancestral. I think I'm going to cast Ancestral. Oh my god. I've drawn so many lands this game. I could just dress down there. It just feels like it's so low power. So I have an answer now. I'm going to draw Snapcaster so I have double force. And then Hercules. Okay, maybe we still win. I'm going to force the top. I guess they could have more flusters, but... They're just going to attack? That's super good for me. How can that be the line? How could you not try to get more damage in? Do I only have like one fetchable left? I have 2 islands left. I think we're gonna win this game now. Don't they have a top? Shouldn't they be playing this top? So confused. I think I'm just gonna fire this off now. I guess they could have negation or something, but I think I'm gonna go snap time walk. Maybe not. I just feel like if I go snap time walk, I have a spin on my upkeep and a fetch spin. Should be able to find action and win, right? um Is there even anything I can vamp for? Yo. Don't really think that's good. I think I just want to draw Emerald. Respin. Dress down. Fetch. Respin. Maybe I'm not gonna win this game. Okay. I thought I would be able to find action by looking 7 cards deep. But I was unable to find action looking 7 cards deep. I guess I technically have used most of my action. I've used 2 POs, Ancestral, Yagwil, Time Walk, Ponder. So I guess that's part of the problem. It's not good for the home team now. Yagi. Fluster? Wow. So this is just going to get them a Saga token? Or a Saga? It's been a rough game. Four mana Flashback Saga. All right. Well, I have a natural draw into it. I look 1 card deeper, and I also have a fetch. Again, just looking for PO probably. I have used a lot of my action, so it will be hard for me to win this game. But like a Karn is probably insane. Oh, or did I cut Karn? I don't remember. Spin. Another top? Like, these are just the worst draws, right? Alright, use my last fetch. My last land. Spin. This is so ridiculous. I've looked at so many cards. And it just hasn't mattered. I have all my lands in play. All of them. Now they get 6 looks. Like there's just no shot. This was the exact same 3 cards I had when I fetched away last time. Tinker. My opponent didn't even spin. They didn't even spin. I don't know, man. Is it possible to be more unlucky than me? I'm not sure. Good name top. I don't think it's possible. I just don't understand. I'm just gonna go like this. I even took the greedy line of Ancestral in that game. To like get more cards. What am I looking at? How does this happen? I feel like we've had an abnormal amount of Tinker Citadel draws today, but... Alright, that's better. I'm just gonna go, okay, Sapphire Academy, scroll for force. Just want to not see my opponent leave up Fluster. It's kind of the key here. I left up Fluster. Makes me pretty hesitant to go for Tinker. Kind of wanted to draw like a Mox there, maybe. Guess we can go for Ancestral off of Mystical now. And go for like Ancestral, Snap Ancestral. I'm not going to do it on my turn. I'm going to go to their upkeep and do it. Yep, next weekend, 3 Vintage Eternal tournaments. And you can watch them all here live on Twitch TV/IamActuallyLevel1. They have a misstep again? They have a Spell Pierce in their deck? What? I'm probably going to play PO. I'm just more comfortable with it than anything else. All right, well, if my opponent doesn't hold up Fluster here, then I have Tinker with Force backup, so I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna kill you. Spell Pierce, huh? We're not really living in shops times, so I'm not really sure about that one. Probably just gonna get a Lotus off this because I can't currently play a top and I don't want a brick. I can like snap recall or something, or I could, yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna get a Lotus. Yeah. I guess I can snap. No, I can go snap Mystical for Yagwell. Or just Time Walk. Yagwell should do it. I have all kinds of things here that get me to top as well. Op agent, interesting. The gun who's always pointing downward. All right, now I just need to find a mentor. So maybe I was supposed to Tinker for top so that I could DT for mentor. Okay. All right, game is over. It's deterministic. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how I played this game, to be honest. No, I don't play Sphinx in this version. Play Mentor. PO. Not that there was much PO going on there, but ugh. Too narrow, I think. He's like one power spell. This looks better, I guess. Ancestral my upkeep? No. Probe you? Show me your secrets. Oh, I'm so dead. Fluster, Tinker, Force, Hull Breacher, Teferi, Saga. Yeah, that's a problem. They're gonna draw the Moxen off the top too. Almost 100% to draw the Moxen off the top. I need to dodge them drawing a Moxen really bad. My opponents are so fucking good at Magic. It's incredible. It's just the single best draw. It's just the single best possible draw in their entire deck. Sometimes probe is a curse. Oh, they chose not to kill me. That's nice of them. How can I get out of this? I don't think I can. Yeah, opponent was nice and they decided not to kill me. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool of them. I don't think it matters. My opponent's hand was like pretty good to start with, and then they drew the best single card that they could, so I really don't feel like I have any chance here. Yeah, I mean, I can, but what good does it do? Like, they still have Tinker, Force, Fluster. Oh, no, I think my opponent should have done anything other than what they did, but fine, doesn't matter. I need to find my Moxen, I think. Oh, yeah, I mean, we all agree there. Doesn't matter, I guess. They pitched Hull Breacher? What? Pitched Teferi. Losing to this is tilting as all hell. Just play a Hull Breacher. You played your land drop to make Flusterstorm? I don't know, man. Or maybe you're going to play Teferi? Is that what they're going to do instead? I don't know what's happening. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe they want me to go 4-2. I mean, we know the contents of their hand. We see it. Maybe they're like tunneling on this Saga. They could, I guess, go like Saga, activate, play to Fairy. I mean, that's true. We saw how I played earlier. My opponent is going to hold everything up. Hello? All right, can I draw like a mana crypt? A mana crypt, maybe? I drew the ancestral. Okay. I mean, they have the best card in the format. I just gotta cast it. I still can't really beat this Flusterstorm, can I? How do I beat this Flusterstorm? Currently makes 3 mana, and I currently can PO with 2 mana. I can snap, and it flusters for 4, and I can make 3 mana. I could just get my own fluster, but it's not going to be good. I don't think I can beat this fluster, though. I don't think I can beat this fluster. I guess I can go for snap ancestral. That leaves me with... I'm just 1 mana short of POing after that. I need to cast 2 spells that matter. But I can't. I only have 7 mana. No, I have 7 mana. 4, 5, 6. I have 6 mana. I just don't know if I can win anyways. So if I go snap, if I go PO, they fluster, and then I get force off of scroll. They make 2 Saga tokens, and they can probably still go to Fairy Tinker. But maybe that's fine. If I bait the fluster with a PO, I merchant scroll for a force. I force pitch ponder on to Fairy or Tinker. So this makes a Saga token. They untap. This makes a Saga token. They have 3 mana plus Academy. Sorry, they have 3 mana, 4 mana. Lotus is another 4 mana, 8 mana. So they can still just go to Fairy Tinker, and I can't beat it. Maybe they just know that I can't ever beat a Flusterstorm and save my life. How do I bait this Fluster, though? I'm gonna cast Ponder. I didn't board in Needle, did I? I don't think any of this wins. I don't think any of this wins. Who gives a shit about my clock? The game's over, isn't it? I'm at 5 mana again? Come on, fluster this shit. For fuck's sake. Please. Please fluster this. I can't win. I can't win it. What if I get a repeal? Probably worse than just getting double force, even though I'm going to get flustered on my first force or my second force. I could get my own fluster. Snap. Yeah, snap ancestral. Yeah, I don't have oracles anymore. The problem is I just can't beat Teferi Tinker Fluster. There's just no way. I'm just trying to figure out the best line if they play questionably. Maybe if I say put a force in my hand, they'll be like scared. I don't know. I think getting forced there off Merchant Scroll is like more of an intimidation tactic than a correct play. I got the fluster, chat. It just... I was 1 mana short this entire turn. I needed to be able to go... I needed to play Ancestral, or I needed to play like PO, get it flustered, and then go like Ancestral. Or like play Ancestral, get it flustered, and then go PO. I needed to be able to play 2 spells, and for that I needed 7 mana, and I only ever had 6 mana. So like my plan here is like hope my opponent doesn't do the best thing possible, and then pitching force, and then just play a PO at the afterwards. Like maybe they'll go like make a token and play a Teferi and not play a Tinker. Or so, I don't know the way they played the whole game. And then I have to try to win with 2.5 minutes and going like a PO combo. Should be fun. Okay, they're not even gonna make another token, so I don't know what that means. Oh, they're gonna go for a Tinker Vault Key. Okay, that's a smart play. Okay, yeah, I can't beat that. Like I said, I just couldn't beat Fluster Fluster Teferi Tinker. Just could never beat it. Unless they just go for Tinker without playing Teferi. No, they're gonna stop and play Teferi. Yeah, I just can't win. I just can't win, man. It's so sad. So sad. Maybe they won't play it, I guess. I don't know. I think my opponent played just about as bad as you could, and didn't matter. I needed to draw this Mox a turn earlier. Maybe I could have... There might have been some sequence in there that I was able to win, but I don't know what it was. I don't think I should have had any chance of winning that game, but... I'm not happy about that game for sure. All right, here we are. Final round, Vintage Challenge. Trying to get my money back. Playing heads up versus Pablo, and I don't have a blue source. And now I have a blue source. Crab? Le crabs. And I'm Le Crab. Kind of just need Mox PO. Does it make more sense to end of turn Brainstorm or to spin a top? Hope I don't die. Well, I found Mox PO. Guess Brainstorm would have been better. Okay, don't kill me. No killing me. They just had no other lands. Okay. Am I supposed to Brainstorm then? It's going to draw me way more cards, right? Guess I can get dazed. Oh, I'm going to get... No, I can't get dazed. No, I can get dazed. Fuck. I don't want to get dazed. I'm going to get dazed, chat. No, I have a land. I have a land. I can play a land drop. I'm not going to get dazed. I'm fine. Yeah, this is good. This is good. We're going to draw 4 cards. Well, maybe my opponent plays forces. I don't know. Or could they play Vigor? Should I be playing around Vigor? Fuck it, YOLO, bro. I'm off it. It's the 2-3 bracket. All thoughts no longer matter. Unfortunately, by playing around Days, I lost out on my Academy mana, but would you look at the time? It's a Tinker time. It's a Tinker time. What do you know? It's a lethal. I miss Mentor, man. Mentor is a great card. I kind of think I'm going to play a Mentor on Friday. I'm too upset about my last round to talk. It hurt me on the inside when they drew the Soul Ring. On the inside. What do I board in versus Crab Fastbond Shack thing? Needles? I guess. No, they're not even that good. They only hit the Boro. Balance, maybe? Maybe? I have no idea, man. What's in their deck? I don't know what's in their deck. I don't care. I'm just submitting. I'm off it. Okay, I mean, yeah. That's a PO hand if I've ever seen one. F6. Kill me. Le crab. I think it'll be the same or a little bit lower. Last year it was like 250, 300, 350, or maybe it was 250, 300, 400, something like that. It doesn't seem as like hype. I mean, last year was the first time ever, so some hype there. Do I like care if I get flusterstormed at all? I stream all three because I'm a fucking degenerate. Like if this gets flustered, I just let it get countered and then snap it back, right? Like if it gets negated, I guess that's bad for me, but fair, I guess. All right, well, I paid my price there. I don't know why I didn't feel like I was gonna get negated, but I think I'm just gonna get scroll for force, even though there's a force there, because maybe not. Maybe I'll just get force. Yeah, I probably should not have cast my ancestral on my turn to play around this force of negation, I guess, but whatever. The perils of having 7 mana on turn 1. Milling themselves, huh? Because of breach kill. Interesting. Time walk pyroblast. So it's rug. Okay. Hold up another negation, maybe. I mean, I just want to find a PO off this Narset and jam. I want to brainstorm on this Narset. Not exactly the same thing, but give it an old college try. We whiffed. We did. What do you have for us over there, Pablo? Rain Freeze Fastbond. One of these brainstorms will be good, right? I do play fetch lands, I swear. I swear I play fetch lands. Can I get Brain Freeze here for 18 or whatever? Sure. I don't like the cards on top of my library anyways. Got rid of a Tundra and an Island off the top of my library. I've never been happier. I did just put a Flightsteel back into my deck. It's kind of funny. I didn't lose my Yagwil either, so hey, look, chat, fetch land. Am I supposed to counter Fastbond so that they can't draw like Ouroboros? Probably. Grab is an O2. Factually true statement. That one is. I did lose my Tundra, so I can't play a Mentor when I draw it. I'm a simple man. I'm actually playing Snapcaster Control. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like we've just drawn some of like the weakest possible things we could, right? It feels real bad. Real bad. Surprised they have 2 Brain Freezes in their deck. Is there like a strong downside to cycling just down? I guess, yeah, because I could beat a combo with it, maybe. Repeal on my, oh my god, it's so good. Yes. I'm 1 short. So I could, fuck, I'm 1 short? I wanted to snap PO. I guess I just wait. I thought I had enough. I guess the Flusterstorm made my math wrong. I found the Oboro. I might get milled out. I guess I just need to play the Citadel and activate it. Thanks, Eric. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, I guess this one also does it. Yes, yes. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Citadel. Snap. Yo. Kill you. Pew 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 pew. Okay. Yeah. 3/3 money back life. So, recapping today's events, we got mollywopped by the Discover End on Jeskai, which is making me think maybe we want to have a sideboard saga plan, and maybe we'll cut Karn. Karn didn't really have a very strong day at the office. So maybe we'll go with something like this in the next time, where we play only 2 Dress Down, some Night's Whispers maybe, and then we have a sideboard saga plan versus Jeskai. But I'm not sure. And then we played against a Tinker Mirror, where our opponent just cast Tinker earlier and faster and with more counter magic than we did, so it was whatever. And then we did what did we do after that? We did then we crushed 8 cast, and then we crushed 8 cast, and then we lost another Tinker Mirror. So we got kind of run around by Fluster a bit, which is definitely bound to happen when you play a traditional PO list. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is definitely a list I'm considering. I like the light white splash. I think the Monastery Mentor is quite good right now. I like 3 Islands a lot as well. I'm not really convinced that Karn is the place to be, but obviously if you play any mirrors, Karn should be pretty good in the mirrors. And we did play, what, 4 Tinker decks today? 5 Tinker decks today? So, do I think white for Mentor is better than red? I mean, if you play red, you don't really play the one... Like, I think white you can splash off of 1 Tundra, but red I wouldn't splash off of 1 red source. I think Snapcaster is pretty equivalent to Underworld Breach in general. But I did like the heavier red deck. You can play the heavier red deck with, Lightning Bolts and Pyroblasts and play 2 Volcanics. You could play a heavier white deck and play Teferi. Like, I have this Esper list. I don't have it shown yet, but I have an Esper list. Like, honestly, if people are going to be playing Flusterstorm as their main counterspell, then you can play Teferi, you can play Lavinia. And I think like Saga, depending on how much Jeskai, Doomsday, and Golos you see, maybe Saga's a reasonable board card. I don't really know. I'm going to have to think about it some more and test some more. I do imagine like one of these PO lists will get played for me for at least the first Eternal Weekend. Maybe probably the first and second, because the second one will be at like really early in the morning. So probably need something I can autopilot. So probably PO for at least the first 2 Eternal Weekends. If they both go really badly, then maybe we'll play like a Hollowvine or something for the third one, depending on what metagame looks like. But again, like I said, I think I like what we played today. I thought Dress Down was good. Dress Down definitely won games. I thought Mentor was good. Karn was whatever. Never really played against the creature decks, so we didn't really have to bring in Deluge and push at all. So kind of just played some PO. If you made it all the way to the end of this video on YouTube, thanks, you're crazy. I appreciate you. Are you subscribed? You should be subscribed. Then you know when my videos go up, and you can put them in the subscribe thing. And if you're on Twitch right now, you can also go to YouTube and subscribe. Everyone should be subscribed on YouTube. It's free, and it helps a lot. Also, following on Twitch helps a lot. So if you haven't done that yet either, that'd be great. I will not. My next stream will be Wednesday night. It won't be a stream on Monday. It won't be a stream on Tuesday. I will stream on Wednesday night. I might practice EO, but I also might play the new card that I really wanted to play, like a really degenerate Aerith deck. Aerith. I want to play like a Sylvan Library Aerith deck. I don't know, something fun on Wednesday night, and then it'll probably be Wednesday night, and then it'll be Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern will be the first Eternal Weekend. Saturday morning at, is it like 5 or something? It's some ungodly hour, I think. Saturday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern is the second one, and then Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. So next weekend, 30 hours of streamed Vintage the Gathering will be happening here on Twitch TV. I am actually one, and then I'll go on YouTube after. No worries. Till next time.